back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then I go by me, my home, and more. And you can watch my last video on introduction about me for you to get to know more about me. But today I'm just going to be focusing more on upgrades. So I did post a short video on both on YouTube and Instagram on the kind of upgrades we did. I just wanted to elaborate more on it, like just to give more input on why we made some decisions and why some decisions kind of made sense to us, and maybe that will help you as well in case you are currently building as well. So the first one was gutters. Let's be sincere, this is something I think that's very critical in any building. It does help the longevity of your slabs, because when the rain pours, it just keeps going down and down, keeps digging holes into your surroundings, and before you know, you have to start digging it down on the sand that the slab is sitting on. So I just think it's something very important. So if it's something that is within your price range, I think that would be a very solid structural upgrade that you should look into. Gutters, I think ours was around 4,000 plus. I don't know, but I think it was just very crucial. It was something we couldn't really compromise on. Like, it was very important for us. Secondly, outlets. Outlets are very important because back in Seattle, I wanted to have outlets in the pantry. I didn't know, you know, when you do your first build, some things are not just very important to you. You don't know much about things until you start living in that house and you start realizing, I wish I have this, I wish that was there, I wish this is there and all. So outlets is something I think you shouldn't compromise on, because if you want to end up having to include outlets later on, sometimes it might be very easy if you're just tapping wire from one side to another side, or maybe you're tapping from down to top. But come to think of, you trying to tap wire to a wall that is just right outside to the what's it called, it's just behind outside, like there's nothing, no structure behind it at all. It's just the wall facing on the side of the house. It's going to be very difficult because there's no place in the electrician can actually go through, penetrating, even if they go from the what's it called, the crawl side or crawl wall space. So I just think it's something you don't want to compromise on, because at the end of the day, you're going to be spending about the same amount of money. Sometimes for you to add outlets, back in Seattle was $120. I think here it's about $200 in Texas. So it just depends on how much it is, and I think it's worth it, because come to think of it, you have vacuums, you have all these robot vacuums and air vacuums that needs power source. And if you don't have an outlet in your laundry, you don't have outlets in your pantry, you probably have to put or station it somewhere outside that you might not be okay with it. And again, if you want to end up having like a butler pantry, you need outlets for your appliances. So this is something that is very crucial. I think you should always kind of make very important. And under outlets, we also have soffits. These are the what's it called, outlets you have outside for Christmas light, like all these holiday lights, or you can also use it for your what's it called, your camera. That's what we used to install our what's it called, Ring cameras and all. We're able to just plug it instead of having to tap wires around the house. Or you can use the solar option as well, but if you need source of light, it just makes sense to add soffit. So outlet, that's something very, very key. You can also add Tesla outlets, like all these electric vehicle outlet as well, right from start. It's about, I don't even think it's up to $300. Now imagine you having to do that on your own after. You can imagine how much you have to spend, because you're going to be tapping wires. You have to break some walls, you have to open up walls, you have to patch the wall back and all. So sometimes there are some things you're trying to run away from spending, and we just end up spending more than we actually envisioned. So outlet, I won't compromise on that. And you also need to like add in spaces. Maybe you want to add what's comes later. Just add some outlet there. Just tell them you need some what's it called, like a free outlet, and you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. Or hot wire, I think that's what it's called, and use it for whatever you want to use for after. It's just very important. It's very key. And in the process of talking about electrical, I mean, just add this as well. Speakers, we did include speakers in our media, sorry, in the is it media room? Yeah, the media room. We had 8 speakers there, and there were two options: either you pre-wired it or you let them go ahead and add a speaker. We just went for the speaker option because it was quite cheap. The difference between just pre-wiring and having the speaker itself were very cheap, but if you have your own specific speaker that you sincerely want to use, maybe you can just go for the pre-wire options. So all these things are very important, that you just make sure you kind of think it through what you really need, what electrical concerns, like what are the important electrical options you actually need, and this will be helpful. The third one I think I talked about was understeer space. Interesting. So we did have this option. It was part of the option we're supposed to have. I actually thought I added it when we were discussing the contract and everything. And the way it works, I don't know, maybe it works everywhere, but in Texas, once you sign the contract, you cannot make changes to it after. I don't know why, but that's how it is. So we did sign a contract, and later we realized the understairs wasn't added, and we really wanted that space because it just gives you more space in the laundry because it's attached to the laundry space. You can use it for anything, like you can extend your wardrobe, like shoes, anything. It's just very good extra storage. Some houses, that's what they use for their pantry. So, and if you don't ask them, I think if it's something you're not aware of, most times they just close it off if that's not what they intended to use for the pantry. If it's not intended for anything, or maybe it's just this extra storage they were going to give you, if you don't ask for it, sometimes they won't give you. In our own case, if we didn't notice, we wouldn't have had it. But thankfully, we had a very good project manager, and he added that for us, and I'm thankful. So always make sure you ask about understairs space. If it's not already being used for something in your structure, just make sure you ask, because you might be losing that kind of space, a very good generous amount of space. I think the next one was third car garage. Okay, you guys know I have I have a lot of things I'm into, and I have a lot of equipment, and also the third car garage was something I was very keen on, like right from the beginning of we looking for a space, even while looking for a lot. It was something that was very important to me. I wanted a very flat lot, and I wanted a big lot that can take a third car garage and still have more backyard space, because I have I do rental business, and I have things I need to store and all, and I do my DIY as well. I need a space for me to be able to cut my woods and all without having to take space from the two essential two-car garage, because we do have a two-car, and I still want to be able to park my car in the garage. Even if we don't park the car in the garage, I just want that two-car garage to be what it's meant for and not being touched. So having a third garage was very important to me, and I'm glad I was able to get it. And the good thing is, when we got our home, during our own, we had some contracts whereby I got 50% off, 25% off my third car garage, but 50% off the media room that we added. So it was a very good deal, and I'm glad it was at a very good point when I needed it and I got it. One other upgrade was the 8-foot doors. I don't know. I mean, I was a little bit indifferent about it at the beginning, but when I saw it in the model home, it looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. It's tall. It's giving this like a very tall ceiling. Maybe because we have a high ceiling, so having an 8-foot garage just kind of makes sense to complement the I ceiling. If you have a tall doors, it just kind of complements it. I think that was where I kind of felt like I like it. I really want this, so that's one reason why we had it. But after, I think it's nice. I'm indifferent about it, but it looks gorgeous though. I know it's not a cup of tea for some people. Like, who cares about this? The height of the door. Just give me any door, I'm good to go. But it does look pretty, honestly. Laundry room sink. I had that back in Seattle, so it was nothing I could compromise. I love to hand wash some of my stuff, and I just want to have like sink close to my laundry, like in my laundry room, so I can easily hand wash and dry if I have to, or just use the dryer straight off. So it's just something I would really love to have in any of my home. If I'm building another home, that's very crucial. I need to have a laundry sink. So I don't know if you're like me, but you need to ask. There were two options. They didn't even have two options. It was just one option, pre-plumbing. So their pre-plumbing comes with that white sink you see in the short video. It's a must. they need to install it. I told the lady I don't want it. But she told me I didn't have a choice. Since I chose the pre-plumbing, they have to put that sink. I do like the sink though. I love the depth of the sink, but aside the depth of the sink, I think that's about it. But I'm going to be switching that up, and I'm working on my laundry room right now, so that this is a more like a cheat for you guys. That's the space I'm working on, the laundry room, and you get to see some clip pretty soon. And I think another one is the other upgrades we did was the fireplace. So I did love the fact that we have a very tall ceiling, so having a fireplace there was very important. It was something I was going to do on my own, but and at the same time, when we signed our contract, a builder had a deal going on for you to have 5 things for free. So we chose for the 5 things we got 15K towards hardwood, so it was a generous offer. I chose the fireplace because I wanted it was a bit pricey, so I wanted to get out of the way. I think I chose a mirror door, like the front door. They didn't have any sample, so it was a little bit concerning for me to like go with something I've not seen a sample of. But I think I ended up liking it like a mirror door. What else did I choose? What were the two other things that came in? Yeah, the large sliding doors. I got those for free as well. And I think there was one last thing. Either the last thing was the 8 foot door, because these are structural upgrades. You need to select that during the contracts because it needs to come with the structure of the home. So I didn't have the luxury of making what's it called making my selection after. So the 8 foot door had to come. If not, I would have preferred to pay for the 8 foot myself and use the money for something else. But I decided to go with the 8 foot because you need to make selection for the contract to go ahead, so they can have it as plan of the house. So back to the what's it called, fireplace. It was part of the 5 things I got for free, so it was non-negotiable. But the tiles on it, we had to upgrade the tiles on it. It was gonna come with a standard tile, so even though we got it for free, you still had to like upgrade for the kind of tiles that goes on it. But at least I got a structure for free. And the mirror door, I like the mirror. At first, I was so indifferent about it because we never got to see a sample of it. We don't know what it looks like. But, the idea of you having a metal door kind of gives you a little bit more of security. Like, oh, okay. Maybe it's going to be more durable than what's called normal wood door. It's going to, you can't just use your leg to kick it down. But at the end of the day, it still has some, some glass in it. So anybody can easily break a glass from any door and find their way in. But I love the fact that it is very heavy. It's an heavy door. You can just deal with it anyhow. And I love the way there's a ball slash on the side that you can make it, once you leave the door, it can lock on its own. And you can also, if you release it, you can also leave the door in such a way that it doesn't lock on its own. So I think the feature that comes with it, it's a little bit cool with me. I think I love that. And the the next one is the black sink. You can see what my countertop looks like. So what do you think? Do you think I was gonna go with the normal with the normal sink? I had to upgrade my sink to match the kind of countertop that I have. That on that. So that was worth it. I just had to upgrade the sink to match my countertop. Okay guys, all right. So let's talk about the freestanding top. I think it's just obvious. It is gorgeous. Having a freestanding tub, I love it. I love the fact that it's not attached to the shower. It's not joined together. We had it in Seattle, so all those kind of upgrades were something we already looking forward to having in our home again. So it was just not like negotiable, and it wasn't a bit expensive. Countertops. Let's talk about countertops, because like I said, honestly, I'm a little bit indifferent about you going with builder upgrades, like choosing the builder to help you make some upgrades and you doing it yourself. But let's talk about countertops. I'll talk about countertops and I'll talk about tiles as well. But let's go with countertop first. For countertops, honestly, let's be sincere. If you go with the standard countertops and you end up don't like it, and you want to like upgrade it yourself, you have to take everything out. You need to like take the whole thing. There's another option that people are doing now. They paint their countertop, or they do some epoxy on top of the countertop. That's one option. I mean, that's a cheaper option, of course. I don't know how durable it is, how long it is, like if it's durable for very for long years. I don't know about that, but if you want something solid, like something forever, of course, you have to take out everything, then they will install a new one on top of it. And at the end of the day, all these people, they are going to charge you for demolition, they'll charge you for labor, they'll charge you for material and everything. And at the end of the day, you might end up spending about the same amount of money that you could have spent with the builder and for them to do it in the first place. So there were some things that we just felt like it just didn't make sense. We wanted waterfall, like a waterfall countertop that we have in the kitchen. We had it in Seattle and we just wanted the same setting. But this time around, it looks like thousand countertop are a bit expensive. I don't know if it's state wise or things are just more inflation and things are now very expensive, but it was very costly. But it was something we just sat down and look at the calculation that what if we decide to do this after, like just take whatever they give us right now, then call on a what's it called, a countertop company and see the difference. I did that. I studied mathematics, so you should know any way, any cost, any opportunity for me to save money, I will grab it. I did that. I called on some contractors and I tried to get a quote of how much they will have to, like, if I have to choose this kind of countertop, how much it's gonna cost me. Honestly, guys, it was like maybe 2,000 or 1,005 difference. So at the end of the day, it wasn't just worth the difference of not going with the builder in the first place. So we decided to go with the builder for the kitchen countertop. But for the bathrooms, we didn't go for things that were very costly. We went for the levels we went for were not so costly, and they were still very reasonable. Because I did also ask question about if I wanted to use this in the bathroom, because bathrooms are they are smaller, they're smaller space, and they still need to cut a hole for the sink itself. So it's just a small countertop you're using for the bathrooms, except our bathroom is a little bit longer. But it just make more sense because we didn't spend that much of money. Upgrades, the one for the master bedroom, I think it didn't even cost up to 1,000 or maybe 1,000 plus. I can't remember, but I think when I tried to get a quote from the contractor and compare it to what the builder was already quoting us, they were just not worth it. What the stress of waiting to demolish and do it after. So we just decided to go for the what's it called, with the builder. So back to my own point, it just depends on your view, how much you want to spend, number one, and what do you care about. Like, do you think it's something you want to do after, or you just want to go with the builder? Try to do your calculations, look at what it's costing you, like I did. Reach out. Once you go for your what's design studio, take some day, one day. They're gonna give you some days before you have to sign in. Take that day and use it to do your home math, get quotes from different places and see if it's actually worth it doing with them or not. We did the same thing for tiles as well. So we did the same thing for tiles as well. For tiles, I got a lot of contract. Like, I reached out to people and I asked them how much it's gonna cost, and I just realized they will have to demolish whatever was there before. They will do it again, and if you don't want to do it yourself. I just realized that we're spending the same amount of money if I have to call a contractor to do it, except I want to do it myself. And if I want to do it myself, it's gonna cost me days, it's gonna cost me my time. I have kids, I have a lot of things, so I just have to do my math. Just do your math. That's my point. Do what works for you. Do your math and see if it's actually worth it for you to go with the builder, or you call a contractor to come do it right after. And that's how we made our own decision. We based it on the math we did, and we made our decision on that. So whatever works. Back to appliances. This is something I think it's a little bit crucial. I don't think we spend up to $900 or 1,000 on the whole appliance upgrade, and I think it's better. Let me tell you something about it. It's better because if you don't upgrade the appliance, it's gonna come with a standard grade. They get the standard grade for cheap. Let's be sincere, and they get it at a very bulky price because they're builders. They had this in different houses, so you don't want to go with a standard build for something you want to have in your house, like a forever home or so. So it's not gonna cost you so much to upgrade all these things. I did upgrade our cooktop because I have big pots that won't fit. The two of them is not gonna fit on the stove at the same time. That's why I had to upgrade my cooktop. My dishwasher, I hardly use the dishwasher because It's not just my thing. But I intend to start using it often because I have kids that make me wash dishes all the time. So I really want to stop using my hands to wash dishes. And I heard that it was a good dishwasher actually helps you save water as well. So if I'm going to be saving water and saving my own strength, I think I should rather go for something more quality and that is worthy of you. So I decided to upgrade it to stainless steel. And I had it was called the water pot filler. I love it. I've always wanted to have it in my house. It was a no, non-negotiable. So they didn't have the option of pre-plum, just pre-plum. They had to add the features. If not, I didn't like the what's it called, the feature that was added, the plumbing feature that was added. I would love to have got my own myself, but it came with it. And I don't want to tell you hobbies was a good idea about having water over the cooktop. You didn't see it, and there's something fancy, just like, why will you have water on top of what's it called? Like, why will you have water on top of what's it called, cooktop? It just looks somehow. I'm like, it is fancy. People are doing it, so let's have it. So microwave, we upgraded our microwave as well. Like I think because I upgraded in my double oven to double oven option because I make cakes, so I don't want to have to wait on before. I had to always wait for me to what's it called bake my cakes in batches. But now that I have double oven, I can work faster than I've always been working. So the fact that I upgraded my double oven, it automatically upgraded my microwave. And I think the only thing I had to upgrade was single-handedly was the cooktop and the was called dishwasher, and everything together I think cost me $8,000. So I think some things are just worth doing now than you having to change everything out after, because you're going to have to spend more money to buy a new dishwasher. You're spending money to buy a new what's it called, a new oven and all those things, and at the end of the day you're spending some thousands of dollars. So just do your math. I read mathematics, like I said, but I'm just trying to use my course more wisely. I did my math very well, and I was very invested in this building. I could tell you, I did a lot of research trying for us like make a decision, but at the end of the day, I can say it was all worth it. Faucet, you kind of realize. So what we did for the faucet is we didn't upgrade it to make. I wanted gold features and all, but we didn't upgrade it because that's something you don't want to ever do with builders, because they're always going to charge you a lot of money for something you just buy in any home improvement store. But what I did was for the bathroom downstairs, the guest bathroom downstairs, and the master bathroom, I changed it from the, I think it's called corset. I'm sorry for the name, but I did change it to a widespread option. So that's the one that has what's it called, the hot and the cold is separated from the water and what's it called, the water hole itself. So you're gonna have 3 holes, but I think yours comes with 3 holes. But the other option is the one that comes as just one piece together. It comes as one piece together, but there's hot and cold on one side. So that's the standard option. We're supposed to have that all throughout the house. But the fact that I knew I was going to be changing all of them out myself, I decided to upgrade just the holes, just the what's called the orientation to widespread for those 2 spaces, because of course downstairs and what's called master bedroom, these are the places the areas that actually sell your house in the future. So I kind of took my time to spend some money. I spent some money downstairs in the master bedroom. Back to tiles. For the tiles, I did my math again. I reached out to a tiler and I asked them how much it's gonna cost. I did measurement. I gave them measurement. I gave them the what's it called, pictures of the tiles I wanted to use, and I was gonna be spending the same amount of money. So why not just let the builder go ahead and do the same thing without me having to do some demolition. After they will do demolition, they have to fix up whatever is spoiled, then do their own work, take money for labor and hustle. So that it just goes back to do your math, do what works for you, reach out to contractors. That's one advice I'm going to give you. Reach out to contractors and try to see the pricing and see what works for you better. So those are how the upgrades. I think we did some other upgrades, but those are the crucial one that I think it's more important. Carpet, we just upgraded the pad under the carpet, so it's a little bit what's it called, It has more cushion for you to be able to like feel it when you step on it, and if you lie on it, you're not just lying on one hardwood. Like an hardwood, we did upgrade to hardwood as well. Like I told you, we got 15,000 towards hardwood, so it just makes more sense to use the money wisely and go for what I really wanted. And we just had to pay a small different amount of money, which was worth it at the end. Because if we didn't get a 15K and I didn't upgrade with build, I would have spent more than 15K for me to have all the spaces that we have hardwood right now. Put hardwood there later on. So that 15K was very, very worth it. Came at a very good price, and I'm glad I took that option. What else? Blinds. We're gonna get blinds with them, but it was part of the 5 things you could choose from, but I didn't take it because I never loved these standard blinds that come with the houses, and it just wasn't making any sense. Those are all the upgrades. I think these are all the upgrades that we worked on. Just to recap, we did gutters, very important for the longevity of your slab. We did outlets. Never ever compromise on where you need outlets. You would never know where you need it. Let me give you some tips on where we had an outlet. We had an outlet in the garage because I need it for my tools in the third car garage. We had it and was for electric vehicle. Never can tell. We can decide to buy me Tesla Model X that I've been crying out loud for so long. So we decided to have that as well. I had an outlet in my pantry because I'm planning on building like a small bottler where I can have my appliances in there, being able to use it without having to like bring them out all the time I need to use them. We had an outlet outside which is called a Suffix for holiday light and cameras and security cameras. We also had an outlet. I had some outlet on the walls for the media room because I intend to put some wall sconces there. So I made them pre-wire those ones. I did some pre-wire on the foyer as well because I intend to have some sconces there as well. I had an outlet in the kids' room as well at the top because I wanted to have monitors in their room. So it just makes no sense to like have it there already. That's something you can do after, but it depends on the orientation. So you want to make sure you know where you're adding it and you're not trying to scheme on, oh, I don't want to spend money on this, I can do it myself after, and you realize there's no way to tap light, the source of light, and you end up having to like, don't let's go there. Where else? We had some pre-wire, for the nightstand, the master bedroom for nice because I want some pendant, hanging pendant. We also had it pre-wires on the island as well because they don't come with pendants. Like I think maybe it's their own. Like Seattle came with pendants. We just switched it out, but I had it pre-wires there as well. They just come with LED light right now, so I'm gonna take them out, and I added one more to make it 3. It came with 2, so I added one more there. Well, I think we had an outlet outside as well for the patio outside to have a TV there, like a weather controlled outlet. So those are the areas I think that was a little bit important for us to have outlets. Then I talked about understair space, very important. Always ask if you don't already have it used for something. Always make sure you ask for that. Third car garage, if you need more space, and if third car garage is too much for you, you can just go for. There's also half garage, so you can have a 2.5 garage. They do that as well, especially if you have kids. You need spaces to keep your strollers, your car seat, and all those kind of things, bikes and all. A 2.5 garage might be very good for you, but I have a lot of things and I needed that third car garage. If I can have a 4-car garage, I would take it. It's food though. It just, different. It just depends on you. I like it because it goes with the aesthetic of the house. Like it goes really well with the structure we have right now going on in our house. So it just makes more sense to have it. Laundry sink, I like it. It's very important to me. I love to hand wash my things a lot, so it's something I really wouldn't compromise on. Fireplace, I love it. I think that's the beauty of our living room right now. It gives it a very nice structure, and the fact that it's black is complementing the white on the wall. So we got that for free, so I like it as well. You can do that yourself later. It's not so expensive doing it later, but it just might cost you because it might cost us because it's very tussling. Like it might take some time for me to be able to do it on my own. Large sliding door. I love the large sliding door. they're pretty. Even though we have a blind covering them right now, but we can always raise the blind up later. But I love it. It just gives the house more light. It gives me more sunshine. There's more light coming into the house, and I love this lighting though. We got that for free as well. Meta does. It is gorgeous. It ended up coming out very nice, and I like the fact that it just had more, I don't know, more security to the house, kind of. I like it. Black sink. I wouldn't compromise on that because I have a gorgeous countertop, and I wouldn't go for this. I want to call it silver or silver tone. The other standard one, I wouldn't want to go for that. You just want something to complement my beautiful countertop. Freestanding top. It is gorgeous. We've always wanted that, so I use it. I use it often, so I love it. Countertops. Do your math and see what works for you. Appliances, don't compromise on that. If you use them a lot, I use my oven a lot. I make cake, so it was worth upgrading those appliances. And faucet, never ever upgrade. What's the called? Faucet. It's your builder. It's gonna cost you a lot. You can't just buy them on your own and swap them out. They are very easy to do, but you can make sure you can actually change the orientation to maybe to widespread if you want it, if you love it with them, because sometimes it does come with your countertop. Company might tell you you will lose your warranty if you make the hole after. If you make the hole yourself after, you can lose your warranty on your countertop. So that's why we decided to do that with them. So that, because if you do, I'm sure if you call somebody to come and do it, probably they'll charge you $50 or $100 or so just to make it. It's something you can do yourself as well, but you might lose your warranty on the countertop. So, and we didn't want that. I know, even if they're not so expensive, especially the ones in the bathroom, I didn't go for something very big, but still, I want my warranty. Is very important. So that's about it on today. I just wanted to give more details on the upgrades we did. I know there's a short video out there, but it's just kind of give you more details on how we were thinking when we made our decisions and how we ended up deciding on what upgrades to do and what options to go. Thank you guys, and thanks for joining me today, and more content to come. I've got a lot to go. Once again, I'm me, my home, and more. Please subscribe, share my video. Your interaction with my content, that's how I'm gonna grow. So follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, I want your comment, because once you give me more hint, that's gonna give me more insight on how I'm doing and how I can actually improve as well. I love your likes as well. They go a very long way, and your views go a very long way. So share, and it's your girl, me, my home, my mom, and I'm in Austin, Texas area. Let's do some collaboration. If you have any collaboration for me, I'm very open to it. Collaboration, I'm here. That's how your girl is gonna grow. So thank you for joining me. See you soon. Sign out.